Good afternoon and welcome to the first of this brief series of poems to take us through Lent, brought to you by the Anglican Diocese of Belize. I'm Deacon Sue Harris. And before we start our first poem, just a little word about the place of poetry in Christian life. And it may seem something that's a little obscure and remote, but of course we are continuously surrounding ourselves by poetry, not least of which is the great poetry of our hymns, and of course the poetry of the Psalms and the poetry of the Book of Common Prayer. So Anglicans very much attuned to listening, hearing poetry. And poetry, of course, is not necessarily something that always rhymes. Sometimes it can be so-called blank verse. But the importance of poetry is that it kind of crystallizes words and gives them intensity of meaning. So I hope that you're going to enjoy this series. The poets that I've selected are all but one Anglicans, all but one priests, and they come across the centuries to us right up to the modern day. And we begin our series with a poem written by Malcolm Guite, who is a modern day poet, an English priest, and a very distinguished poet. And the first poem that we have for this Shrove Tuesday is called All the Kingdoms of the World. So here's the deal, and this is what you get. The penthouse suite with world-commanding views, the banker's bonus and the private jet, control and ownership of all news, and into that exclusive 1%, who know the score, who really run the show, with interest on every penny lent, and sweetness for cronies in the know. A straight arrangement between me and you. No hell below, or heaven high above. You just admit it and give me my due, and wake up from this foolish dream of love. But Jesus laughed. You are not what you seem. Love is the waking life. You are the dream. And I think in this poem, this very modern poem with themes that we can see running through our public life, what Malcolm Guite is saying here is that we continue to be tempted by the great things of this world, by money and fame, and particularly exclusivity. And he points out in his commentary on this poem that one of the things that we're often appealed to the idea of something being exclusive. You know, it's an exclusive car, an exclusive perfume, an exclusive housing development. If something is exclusive, then that implies that it excludes other people. It's something that we have that's offered to us that other people can't have. And of course, the love of God is completely the opposite of exclusive. It's totally inclusive. And so we mustn't be fooled by thinking that somehow we're special and deserving of special things. We're really on this earth to share and to love each other and to be included in God's love. So that's All the Kingdoms of the World by Malcolm Guite.